Hello and welcome back to my channel. Recently, I decided to experiment with a new abstract, working on an 8.3 180 GSM watercolor sheet. I didn't have any 300 GSM available at the time, although I prefer to work on heavy-duty watercolor paper because it stands up more readily to mark making and sgraffito. Anyway, since it was purely an experiment, I didn't video the process, which is probably just as well since it took me days to refine the image after laying down the initial marks. My way of working doesn't really lend itself to video because I tend to work mosaically. By that I mean I work in small, painstaking, often unconnected sections until I build up an overall image. And I adjust as I go. While I'm always mindful of the need to relate a section to the overall painting, once I find a section that pleases me, I try to refine it so I can extrapolate that technique to the rest of the image. This is probably not the most efficient way of painting, but when it comes to intricate abstracts, it's what works for me. Here's an example. This is a section that I'd almost completed. I didn't want to make it too busy. I was aiming for an interesting complexity. I let it rest overnight and then worked back into it the following day. And here is the completed section. Now, this is the whole painting at that stage of development, the 3/4 finished mark. I stopped again for a day to come back to the painting with fresh eyes. This is an important step when correcting the compositional balance because it's easy to become too close to our work and lose perspective. As you might be able to see, the finished section threw the rest out of balance, owing to the concentrated detail. So it was literally back to the drawing board. I made alterations to the lower left hand and upper right in order to balance the upper and lower thirds of the painting while trying to keep the central third comparatively open. And this is the finished painting. I wondered about the dramatic passage on the lower right, but decided to keep it in because I felt it rescued the image from becoming too homogeneous. You need to keep the interest. Abstract paintings need drama. Otherwise, they're simply decorative. And decorative abstract art certainly has its place. But in my own work, I find it's better when it contains a narrative. What is the artist saying to herself and to the viewer? It needs to take us on a journey, sometimes soothing us, sometimes challenging us. Certainly, the making of art combines both aspects, usually skewed more towards the challenging part, but it's a journey and one which we invite our viewers to take with us. I hope you've enjoyed this brief journey through the challenges of creating my latest abstract. Until next time, thanks for watching, and please like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it.